Welcome, everyone. We are playing the Tales of Barntome today. I'm Bork, playing Sarah Snow. We have our untrusted DM, the Man Bear.
Woot.
Yeah, him. And then we have Donnie Danger, who is playing Drucilla Gravemore.
Hey,
I have no idea what's
Really?
going to happen today because we were going crazy last time and it's been 2 weeks.
Oh,
So,
we played last week.
did we? I thought we didn't.
Yeah, totally played last week.
This has been a
It was
long
the
week,
week.
guys. All right. And on that note, I'm just gonna kick it over to the Man Bear because before that, thank you everyone who's watching on YouTube, everyone in Twitch right now, and anyone listening on the podcast. I know we've had some friends from far and few in between. So yeah, thank you for sticking around and listening and keeping up with us. If you are one of those people who been listening to a lot of them. I'm glad we can bring you enjoyment or the fact that you can laugh at us being idiots.
Like that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
probably that one. Yeah, so appreciate it. On that note, let's kick it over to the Man Bear.
Okay. So, first of all, I want to comment on the fact that Donnie Danger totally fonzed it when you introduced his character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I'm a little bit weird. Okay, so last week we really only did one day, and this week we're only going to get one in-game day done as well. But it was a long day. The guys or girls, sorry, spent most of the morning working on some private stuff. And honestly, I think Sarah worked on some alchemy stuff, and Drusilla. I don't remember what Drusilla did.
I can't remember.
I don't know. All I know is that it ended with them going into the sewers. Sarah was going in not only to explore and possibly find any clues she could about the missing children, but she was also going in just to get her tiger out, since her tiger has been in his totem for a long time,
That is true.
and let him, run free. Drusilla, thinking that Sarah was off to do great things without her, insisted on going with, got herself lost, eventually found Sarah again, and then wandered around on her own for a little bit before going back and pretty much achieving absolutely nothing.
I thought we had something planned that day. There was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, totally. Either way, we ended at that point because it had been a long night at that point, and we wanted to go to sleep. And so today we are starting the final day of the third weekend, I believe. And the girls have, to decide what they want to do. I honestly don't know which way they're going right now.
Yeah, I was really confused when I thought Drusilla got the picture when I'm like, all right, see ya, and then I took off with my tiger and we just started sprinting. But
You're just being a chaotic asshole as always.
okay, I can give him that.
This isn't weird for you under any scenario. We could be being chased by like a raid of like zombies and taking over the city, and this wouldn't be weird for you to do.
I don't have to outrun the zombies. I just have to outrun
Yeah.
you. um. So yeah, what's the setting? Did we make it back into the room? Is it the next morning? I forgot where we ended.
We went to the next morning, so you guys got out, you went back to the hotel, and then so it would be next morning.
Okay, move my person. I'm pretty sure I have 90 hit points, right?
Check your character sheet.
That's what I'm doing. Yep. Okay. Um.
Oh,
Hmm. I need to think about it for a second. Drusilla, if you know, go ahead.
Okay. Do I know if there was anything planned for the day? Just to clear the air and not make any assumptions, like yeah, last time. Is there anything hard planned for the day? Is there
He-
anything
He's
I
asking
need to do?
Sarah, not me.
Okay.
You're asking Sarah, not me, right?
I thought he was asking you.
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought
being
I
full meta because I wasn't
oh,
meta last time and I made a
I
bunch
don't
of assumptions.
there is nothing that you two have spoken about openly to me of your plans for today. I have no clue what you guys are going to do. I don't know if Sarah or you are planning on infiltrating the parish or just waiting a little bit to see if something else happens. Nobody has spoken to me about any of this.
Okay. And
He's
how long
asking what
until?
his options for today are.
His options are many and everything. You can, if you wish, you can try to infiltrate the parish. Though completely meta, you'll probably get stabbed. Being Drucilla and all. Um,
Oh
you
yeah.
can either way. You can try to get into the parish and find the kids on your own. You can try to convince Sarah to help you get into the parish and find the kids. You can say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna work on enchanting. Fuck those little brats." I don't know, man. Do whatever you want to do. It's a weekend day. This is the day where you do what you want to do.
It was a very broad question. I need. I just want to know how long until the raid.
Until the raid, you have one more free week, and then the raid will be next weekend.
Oh, okay. So we got some time. All right. I do have an investment in the orphans. I'm not that indifferent to them. So I don't want anybody to know it. So I do plan on investigating that at some point. Um,
One thing you probably forgot, knowing you, just to be meta, is that the male orphan is the same kid that escorted you through the sewers when you were going for your training.
I
So you
remember
do know
that.
him personally.
I know him personally.
Well, personally ish.
Yeah, I mean, like I've interacted with him. I remember that. I also remember there was a big understanding. I thought somebody else was responsible for the orphan disappearances. That wasn't.
Yeah, had to
I
go full
definitely
meta for that
remember.
one.
Yeah.
For any of our fans who complain about me going full meta for that one, I really am invested in Drusilla, and I did not want to let drunk Donnie Danger kill a character that I am personally invested in for my storyline over a stupid misunderstanding, which is why I went full meta and made sure she did not die.
And also for our audience, it's happened to him before. That's why he is triggered by it.
Yeah, a couple times.
I'm gonna kill Sybil.
Yo, fuck you.
I mean, she's
I'll
just one
I'll
person.
I'll kill Sarah. I'll
She's
get her.
just one person. How hard could it be?
She's just gonna unlock some magical super ability.
She's one of the big three, dude. You really think you can kill her? I
She
don't think
she's a
you could
named
even hit her.
NPC. She's a named NPC. This never works out well for us in 1v1 fights.
Never works out well for you in 1v1 fight.
Yeah, honestly, you're the only one that ever picks fights with named NPCs.
I literally walk down the street, ask somebody their name, and they would be able to beat my ass.
No, not everybody.
All right, I actually have a better question that I was thinking about.
Yo, what's up?
I forgot. I might have not moved it over. Um, do do we have any other languages that we know? Do you know of? Are there any other
Uh,
languages in this world?
from the start, no, because you're full human. You're not half elf. Um, no, you guys both only speak human and common. There are other races like the lizard folk, and I haven't had you run into any elves because I kind of think that's cliche. Even though I personally love elves, I think it's cliche, so I haven't had you do anything with them. But no, you guys only speak common. I don't think either of you have other languages or ever did.
I mean, that
One of the
makes sense.
things was
Doesn't it make sense for elves to be kind of rare because they're like Amish, right? They have their own communities. They don't really integrate so much with other.
You could explain it however you want. I'm not gonna bring elves in. Like I honestly think it's really, really cliche to have a group of elves in a D&D campaign. Unless somebody was playing an elf, then I would do it. But you're both human, so I don't have to worry about it.
Because I didn't know if we picked up on um like lizard speak in the time that we were spent with them.
No, you guys actually didn't. I do remember that they would speak in their language to avoid you guys hearing them, and neither one of you tried to learn it.
That's fair. Um, is there like just a random good store? I always forget because like in town we have like the main stuff.
The workshop, the workshop is like the general goods, um, for like equipment. It's general goods for equipment. Alchemy is for potions and ingredients, and then weapons and accessories is the two more specified. Weapons only obviously makes weapons and metal armor, and accessories only does accessories. But the workshop is general for adventuring goods. Alchemy is for any sort of potions.
Like if I was looking like, hey, I feel like learning a different language. Uh,
There's nothing here.
that's
Um,
what I was wondering.
yeah, no, because with how beat down the town is, the great schools used to be encompassed in Golden Hill, and once it gets a little farther, and we get a little farther in, if you guys keep participating in the raids every month, the capital will expand again. If
Is
you
there
were, if you remember from when we first played, the capital was actually made out of four different sections. There was the slums, which you guys are in right now, the hill, which is where the capital castle is and the nobles are, the fish market, which was closest to the ocean, which is so that's why it was called the fish market, because that's where all the seafood would be ported in. And then there was the school, the Mages College, which is what actually brought Drucilla to the capital because she wanted to learn to be a good mage to harness the powers that she stole from Zern by trapping him in the sword.
Oh, I forgot about that. That Magia school.
I remember the four different boroughs. Yeah, or
Yeah.
like the
And
fact that Golden Hill had multiple boroughs. It wasn't just like
mhm,
where we're at now, and then the upper echelon. It was
mhm,
yeah. I do remember that
yeah.
part.
Like,
So
ser-
like where it sits right now, you guys are basically only in the slums slash residential area of the capital, and all the other areas have been abandoned because this is the easiest to fortify and take care of.
Sarah
I'm gonna do
has
my
to do
best to steal
trade
the
with
seafood.
Golden Hill as long as she brings some good shit there, right?
That's if she keeps to her contract, which she's already broken by continuing to help.
Oh yeah.
I have
So she
not
she can do
broken the
whatever the fuck she
contract
wants.
yet.
True, you haven't yet, but
It
you're
said the contract specifically said I am not allowed to fight and helping. Yeah, fight to help protect the city.
it was you're right. That was the specifics, but he was also very adamant about you not helping the city at all, not helping the newcomer, not helping the lessers become better.
If it wasn't in
But
writing, it doesn't matter.
I I will give you the technicality of it. I'm not arguing that. I'll give it to you.
Because that's what I remember. I specifically asked you what it said on there because I'm like, okay, I can find loopholes and work around this if I feel like it, or
I
just
don't
say
know. We'll
fuck
see.
him and go from there.
Okay. Well, since it seems like anything could wait a day or two, I'm just gonna try and practice enchanting for a while.
You're not going to talk to Sarah at all and see what she's doing?
I mean, I'll do that when I get downstairs and eat. We do that every morning.
Well, no, not all. Actually, a lot of mornings you guys just go your own way.
Okay, well, I get downstairs to eat. I'm gonna ask Sarah, hey, what you got planned?
Yeah, like the
Okay.
time I had to bang on your door to make sure you didn't leave without me, or that you didn't like sit in your room all day while I worked two jobs.
Oh, I was just like, for once you were curious about what I was doing? No.
Um,
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna wake up and go down to get some grab words.
I'll go down and eat.
Do
Um,
you, boo boo?
it's like going down, just like Sarah. Anything planned today?
So what are we working on this week? Are you how is helping out the artillery?
Oh, shit. Full meta. Have we helped out artillery at all?
You worked with them.
I
No,
started.
this is only going to be the third week, so we have another weekend. Okay, so to correct the timeline, I'm sorry, but this just reminded me. We've done 2 full weeks, and this is your second weekend, which means we have a full week and a third weekend, and then another full week before the raid. That'll give us 4 full weeks and 3 full weekends.
Um,
We got like 2 weeks.
Yeah, essentially.
yeah. So the first week I helped. He he did something
He
else.
worked on he worked with the long range
Yes,
during the first week.
and then I helped
And
build the artillery, and then we
yep, and then
swapped.
you guys switched for the second week.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah, you've
that's
been
what I was
working on it.
thinking. So
Yep.
I was asking him which would he want to do, or which I was asking Drucilla which one she would want to do. Does she want? Was she doing well at building this stuff? Does she want to help out there again, or does she want to go down
I,
and be? Where does she want to bring her summoned minion to get a shot by arrows?
okay. Okay, now unmeta. Unmeta.
Oh, sorry, I was already on meta.
Okay. Sarah, I think it would be best if I worked with artillery. At least I can give them a working target.
I mean, you could give the long range soldiers a moving target.
True.
That works
Yeah.
for both of them. No, how is building? Did you break anything?
Not to my
Did you
knowledge,
build it
everything
better?
went swimmingly. Everything
Swimmingly.
seemed, oh, yeah, excellently under my watch. How else could it go?
I kind of look at her quizzically. Um, bluff
I
check.
honestly don't remember how the wall building worked. I'm assuming it went great.
A bluff check.
Yeah.
Depends. Do you, Sarah? Hold on. Drusilla, do you actually want to continue with trying to say it went swimmingly, or do you want to know how it actually went and tell the truth?
How it really went.
You did fair to middling. You kind of fucked up at first, but then you got your groove back and you did okay. And then you fucked up again because you got cocky. But you did help them complete most of the ballista, but there's still some work to be done on them.
Sarah, I mean, it's not going to win any medals, but it'll get to the other end of the pool.
I never knew you were such an avid or such an enthusiast about swimming, Drusilla. I've barely even seen you step in water once.
I mean, I, I mean, I, I haven't, but I mean, the fact that these guys are doing so swimmingly speaks volumes for their ability.
All right, so you want to keep working on the ballistas?
Yeah, I can give everybody a moving target too while I'm at it.
And to be fair, you guys don't have to do those assignments. I mean, doing them obviously helps them be done and helps them be better, but you can do numerous other things.
Yeah, I was gonna take the last week for myself,
Okay.
just because like I'd rather have them have that last week for like additional practice for themselves versus like not helping and then they're actually building that final week and then they don't really get much practice.
Okay,
So
do
I'd
you?
rather it
I'm
take
just
like 3 weeks for building, and then everyone has personal week personally.
yeah. I'm
I
just
figured
making sure you guys both know that you don't have to do
No,
like I don't.
Drucilla has to do work every single day.
except last time. Last time I wasted a day. But yeah.
Well, that is the weekend. That's up to you.
No, he wasted a day during the construction by getting cocky.
Yep, that's right.
I figure I'll help them out. Just let my presence be known. I mean, like I know I'm not Dark Lord and I'm not scaring anybody, but I also don't want people to forget I exist. I'm a little self conscious about that, so I'll pop in, help out. I also don't want them to fall behind when we actually need them. I'm a little scared of the next raid, honestly. So I'll help them out today.
Not today. He was talking about for the next week.
Oh,
Basically, she's trying to just have a discussion with you about your plans for the week. She hasn't mentioned anything about this person perfect
oh,
this particular day.
oh, this is very broad. Oh,
Yeah, it is very broad.
this particular day, just going to practice enchanting.
Yeah, I was just discussing on what you felt like you want to do this week, so that we woke up tomorrow not thinking that we're doing the same thing.
Oh man. Oh, that was too.
Gray hair.
I thought I had. No, I thought one of my actually really long beard hair came out because I shed, but it was two attached to one, so it wasn't one of the really long ones, but it still was a couple pretty long ones. Sorry.
Um,
Think ahead too far kind of person. We talk about this too long, I'm going to get very confused.
well, we've been talking about for like 2 minutes, just so I'm not really sure.
I'm a the day and tomorrow kind of person.
Oh well, all right. Um, I'm. I think we're gonna see Sybil today.
For what?
Uh, see if she knows anything about Golden Hill. What's going on up there?
How would you want to know what's going on up there? I
I
saw.
get this. I get like really quiet. I'm like, Drusilla, don't you remember the last time we were here? Has it been that long?
I remember a lot of stuff happened. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff up there worth looking at later. But this week, today, you're
But
gonna die if you go up there.
what
They're
if we
all looking
don't
for
have
us.
later?
What if we don't have later?
Yes.
What do you mean? Do you think something's going to happen to us?
Well, you saw what they brought the last raid. Like before that, it was a whole bunch of goblins and stuff. This last time it was an ice giant. What if this next raid is going to be bigger?
I, I mean, like maybe it will be bigger, but that's why we need to focus on what's happening out here and right now, not what's happening in Golden Hill. They don't care, and they're not going to step foot in anything around here right now.
I mean, that's true. But I'm still curious on how they can be so cut off from down here, and how nothing, like, it almost looked like up there is not affected. It was just the outskirts of the town. Like, it's weird.
It's it's I've experienced something like this before. You see, I worked for an ogre once. Me and all the goblins, we would just get food for the ogre, make the ogre nice and fat so he wouldn't rampage about. It's kind of like that. Until we're strong enough to overthrow this ogre, we just gotta go run around, do our thing down here for a while. Not that I ever did overthrow that ogre.
Yeah, wasn't the ogre the one that killed your sword?
No, this is a long time ago, and that was an orc.
Oh, orc. Okay.
Pretty sure like a dragon scooped that ogre up and ate him or something.
Oh,
And
perfect.
anyway, it's just an analogy. We need to be focused on what's on our level right now.
Well, hmm. All right, I still might go visit her.
Just be careful if you go by Golden Hill, because I don't want anything to do with that place just yet.
Well, when she says that, I kind of like casually like grab my hand that's plated in my other hand. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Um,
just let me know if you do anything there, but don't do anything there at the same time. Okay?
I, I laugh. I'm like, all right, now, what'd you find? We were down in the sewers last time. What'd you find out?
Oh, that kid that was guiding me to a certain connection I have was another one of the orphans that went missed. So we definitely need to look into this before the raid.
Where was that, by the way?
Uh, right before I stopped following you for a while we were in the sewers.
Oh, so
Where it
that
was.
random doorway or door that we approached, that's when you came up next to us, right? Or behind us?
Yeah, I'd recommend you stay away from there. It smells awful.
I don't have to ask me twice. Um,
Good.
yeah, my tiger stopped there and caught a whiff of something. Um, made me think that whoever spent a lot of time sitting outside that doorway was one of the kids that went missing. Um,
Oh, really? We might have your tiger might be able to lead us straight to a parish back door.
possibly. Um, do you realize where did you take a look outside that where you ended up catching up to us at the end?
I mean, where we poked our heads out of the sewers for a bit.
Yeah.
It was around the northern end of town near Malice's parish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna blip, and if I'm wrong, I'm gonna roll a memory check or something. DM,
What are you rolling a memory check on?
where we poked our heads up out of the sewers?
Oh, you don't know.
Oh, I thought I was aware at the time.
You didn't poke your head out of the sewers. You just know that it was in the northern area of the city. It could be anywhere up in here except for here because this is the
Wait, hang on. I can't
Golden
see.
Hill Capitol Guards. This is Capitol Guards, the Golden Knights, so it can't be there. But it can be anywhere.
This was where I thought it was. This is where I could have sworn I poked my head out of the sewers with
You did
Sarah.
not. You did not. You were given the option to after you went around and looked on your own, but you chose instead of going up the sewer grate, you chose to head back to make sure you were not late for Sybil calming Arachne.
In that case, Sarah, I couldn't say where it was.
Oh. Yeah, I think it was in the northern part of town.
Sarah,
Where
on the other hand, did poke her head out and has a visual memory of where the exit will be. She just has to find it by searching through the city. She doesn't know exactly where it is in the city, just that if she sees it, she'll remember it.
I continue to say, where it is, I don't know. All I know is that it was northern part of the city, but yeah, I'm not sure specifically where.
Okay, well, are you going to be ready to investigate that soonish? Maybe tomorrow?
We, I mean, it's the work week tomorrow.
Oh, right.
I mean, what are you doing today? Just sitting in your room?
I was gonna practice enchanting.
I mean, if I think I was gonna go looking around a little bit. If I find anything, I could come pop in by you. I don't
Come right
know.
on. Grab me.
I don't know if I'm going around the parish. I don't know if I want to bring you.
I don't really want to walk around the parish with you either. I'll draw attention to you and make your job harder. They're all well aware of who I am.
That is true.
And
Um,
also, they freak me out a little bit.
what Malice's minions?
Yeah,
Is it the fact that he has minions and you don't? And I laugh.
it's not just that, Sarah. They get off on the idea of hurting people.
Mm.
I could see it in their eyes.
I mean, any cult following that you have, you have the extremists, and then you have the, you know, toe touchers, the testing the waters people, and everything in
Mm,
between.
yeah, just you're better off doing a little recon without me.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do the recon without you. It just when we actually got to the parish, I was wondering if you wanted to go in
I
and repent your. Is it repent your
oh,
sins?
Yeah.
I says don't make me laugh. I got nothing I need to repent for.
It's a figure of speech, just like you and your pool talk.
Oh, very clever. Didn't see what you did there at first.
Um,
And the elegies are very clever.
at that, I'm like, all right, well, you know, don't want to waste daylight, so I finished my last bit of food and I want to get up
Okay.
and walk out.
Okay.
I, I finish up my food, get ready, go and practice enchanting. Well, I probably need to find some rocks.
I'll check your professions page. You should be keeping track of what you have with rocks versus actual soul stones versus filled soul stones.
I have 12 empty rocks, so I can just practice enchanting them.
12 empty
Oh,
rocks.
oh, empty rocks. I need to go and kill rats. This might be another rat killing day. I'm okay with rolling for killing rats.
Can
Oh yeah,
What?
you
because he
need
has the rocks and then he needs the souls and then
Yeah, otherwise
right,
it's gonna
you
be
need
a
doors
whole session where I'm killing rats and they're about to kill me.
soul gem.
Yeah, I need to
Common
fill them up.
you have unenchanted drills and then you have soul gems unfilled and then yeah.
Yeah,
filled common souls.
yeah.
And then just plain old fashioned rocks. Because you need rocks to turn into empty soul gems. And then soul gems turn into and then you can fill the soul gems with common souls because shit. You can only make common souls right now.
Gotta start somewhere, right?
Well, no, I was just we need to make sure we're clarifying on everything because eventually you're going to be able to make greater soul gems and you're going to have to keep track of different varieties. You have to remember to keep track of all this though, Owen, because I'm not going to be doing it for you.
Actually don't understand what needs clarifying here. Okay, I'll click around. I got
Oh,
empty common soul gems, right?
because
Like I need to fill them up with souls, so I need to go kill rats, fill them up. They're gonna be
what stop talking for a second. What I just did was organize your page because you had empty rocks listed. That was your empty soul gems, was empty rocks. Even though I've stated that, you have common and then greater and then after you have scales. You still wrote empty rocks. You need to keep better track of it.
Uh, I don't know. Seems irrelevant. I still
It
need to fill up my soul gems with rat souls.
it's completely not irrelevant. It's going to have purposes and there's reasons for it. And I told you that, this profession that you chose to do is going to take time and management. So make sure you do it.
Oh, I hate managing things.
You're the one who picked this one.
Okay, so what do I need to do to further my profession? Since killing rats doesn't seem to be it.
Well, yeah, you do need souls for your empty soul gems, but you can make more soul gems, or I guess you could try to go find some rats to kill. Um, I don't know. You only have one day though, and I'm not whipping up a whole fight for you to kill a few rats because that took way too long last time.
I'll make more soul gems.
There, that should help.
Did you organize this thing for him?
I don't know what unenchanted jewel is.
He has a jewel, and it can be turned into a greater soul gem when he ups his soul gem skill enough.
Oh,
But
okay. So,
his soul gem skill isn't high enough for him to actually convert it.
pretty much I put on the left side. It's pretty much the stuff he still has to work on. On the right hand side, it's the finished product. Like when he has a when he makes his common soul gem, which he has 12 of them. So his 12 empty common soul gems, and then when he kills rats and they find it, then he moves them over to the right hand side. So it's common soul gems, but it's under the filled tab, pretty much. I don't know what you want to call them specifically, but
Oh, that's what it is. Filled soul gems.
then
And
rocks, scales, I don't know, whatever the fuck you want, but you can keep the like just the raw materials on the left side and the finished product on the right hand side. That's what I do with mine.
yeah, you should like completely thank him for organizing your shit for you.
I mean, I'm still not entirely sure how this works, uh, but thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
So
so you're gonna make more soul gems then?
yeah, since I don't have time to kill rats, I
Well,
want to get better at
technically,
this.
you could try to, but I don't think you'd get many. I would automate it instead of doing an actual fight,
Yeah, that's what
and
he was
it would
asking
be
initially. Should
cool.
he just roll like 60-20 and
Yeah, I was asking. Like, I'm fine with it being automated.
like a
Okay,
max of like 2 or 3 per?
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's fine. Sarah, what are your plans for today then?
I'm gonna go talk to Sybil.
Okay,
I'll take time.
we'll start with you because you said you may go inform Drucilla if you find anything. So if you find something and decide to inform her during the day, then I will know how many hours to give her to hunt rats.
Yes.
So we'll start with you. You head over to Sybil's.
I want to see if she's home.
You knock, and she kind of answers the door. She's got like bags under her eyes. She looks really tired. And she goes, "What are you doing here in the morning?"
Fuck, and I walk away.
She looks at you
I say, I'm
very,
sorry.
very.
I'm sorry. I'll come back later.
She looks at you super confused, but kind of shrugs and closes the door.
Um, I forgot. Sybil's not a morning person. Um, so then I want to run around and do some rooftop, some urban striding.
Okay.
Um, and I want to like kind of scope around, see where my photographic memory or where my mental image takes me.
So you're running around on the north side of town.
Yeah, I'll make my way from the thieves' den, run up there, and everyone and figure out where yeah, where I remember that seeing it.
Okay, so uh, as you're running around, I'm gonna say you spend a good 2 3 hours running around, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. Honestly, you're just enjoying yourself, having a good time at this point.
Sounds like the plan.
So
Yeah.
as you're running around, you notice that right in here, you start to see, you're running back and forth and exploring, jumping from building to building. You're avoiding being too close to Malice's parish. But when you're jumping around here, you start to see signs, the buildings you saw last night. So if you jump down into the corridor, the area here, you'll get the whole mental picture of what you saw when you poked your head out of the sewer.
So I kind of feel like I was running around and I kind of did one of these like I'm running and I kind of like I'm looking side to side and I'm getting ready to like jump up to the next building and I'm like leaning back like wait a second, that looks familiar. Um,
That sounds cool.
huh?
I said that sounds cool.
Yeah. Uh, so I want to casually, discreetly jump down so I can like get a better look.
Hmm. So as you do, you jump down. You notice the buildings are nicer, just like you saw last night when you poked your head up. They're not like super nice, but they are in much better condition than a good chunk of the town around you. You can see they have shutters and doors, and they don't look like they're about to fall apart. You can see a few flyers saying "We support Malice," and some saying praise to whatever Malice's god's name was. I don't remember. Um,
I have a dog.
is Zeus on your lap?
Yep.
Um, so yeah, there you see basically this part of town right here is fully behind Malice and his parish. You don't see, you know, any signs of dissent, but everything looks to be better, and you can even see a few of the guards like walking back and forth down the city streets and
He licked me in the
talking to
nose.
the people.
Okay. Um, do I see where like the I'm guessing storm drain or whatever that I peek my head out of is?
You can kind of guess where it is, but when you get to that area, you notice that it's not really visible. Like you can kind of tell based on your remembered perspective of the the houses where you were looking from, but the hatch itself doesn't seem like anything you could do. That you don't see any loose bricks or any way to really dig your fingers in. It's almost like it's one solid road.
I want to roll a perception check or
Go for it.
investigation, one of the two.
Either one.
Are they both charisma?
Yeah,
That's stupid.
until you develop a skill for it. Hey, I like it.
I'm a
It's my
hunter.
subject.
I have a tracking skill
You're not rolling tracking. You're rolling perception.
based on tracking.
No,
6.
because you're not tracking a specific item or person. Um, were you trying to specifically locate the sewer grate?
Kind of, yeah.
You don't. You like I said before, you can get a general sense of where it should be, but you can't seem to find however you would open it from the top.
So then I want to kind of discreetly, I want to kind of like look to see if I can uh investigate to see if I can figure out like where some stuff is disturbed and whatnot, like where there's traffic that's not obvious. Like if it if I see a lot of like movement, like tracks going from point A to this random place that we'll call point B, there must be something at point B.
I kind of understand what you're saying. Um,
Okay, so I'm trying
but
to see
I'm
if there's any like markings or anything around like where I think it should, the area I think it should be, to see if it's actually like there, even though I can't find how to open it.
Oh, let me think for a second. Okay, so honestly, you don't see much. It's like a cobblestone road. The Capitol was really nice. It's not perfect condition, but it is hard stone. Nice. Um, but again, from your own memory and sense, you can almost feel like you're standing on top of it where you are, which is like right here. So you can almost feel like you're standing on top of it, even though you can't figure out how to open it. So you're like 90% certain you're right where you were last night, but you don't know how to get into it.
I don't see any like traces around me, like, oh hey, there's, you know, it's a little worn down, or like there's debris that's fallen in grooves that shouldn't be there, like extra
Well, no,
stuff like that.
like I said, it's like a cobblestone road. So like you think of like
Tiny
third
footprints.
ward third ward down in Milwaukee, you know what I mean, where they've got those brick roads.
Yeah, I'm just trying to grasp at straws here.
That's what I'm saying. And no, you don't see like tiny footprints. You don't really leave footprints on brick.
Well, I was I was partially seeing if I saw anything so I could see like where like the urchins went after they came out.
Okay. Um, I get what you're going from, but I'm gonna say you can't really. It's a well trafficked area. I mean, people live here, they travel all day. You can't discern which would be the urchins versus which are just the kids that live with their family in that area.
Gotcha. Um, hmm. I had a follow up thing I wanted to do around here. So most of this area is Malice supporters, correct?
Yes.
Um, I don't think my hearing's good enough that I could hear kids screaming in the basement or
I would say no to that.
anything. Is there any sort of tracking I could do, or like perception, to see if like where kid could have been taken, or like I want to check the alleys, I guess. Kind of see if because obviously like the kids look around all the areas or whatever, and just like see if I can find any areas where they frequently like hid out type of thing above ground.
You can. Let me think here.
Partially because like I know that there was some stuff that I could get a scent off of in Sybil's place, but maybe if I found like where they actually like spend time,
hmm,
could get a strong, like a more precise scent.
I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do this. So I'm gonna say no.
Okay,
Because like I said, you can't tell the difference between the children you see with the families versus where the urchins would go. And the entire area versus like if you were in the southern area or even anywhere else in the city, it would be a complete mess and you could use that. This whole area that's, with Malice is actually really clean and really well taken care of. So there's not a lot of debris for you to be like, oh, look, that's been moved. It's all really clean.
Um, that's fine. I was hoping the alleyway would be a little dirty, kind of like they're under the bed.
Hmm.
Um, I want to go into the parish.
Okay. Um, sure. You head towards the parish. You're greeted at the doorway. You see it's not like an official guard like you would see with the Golden Knights or even the city guard when they're protecting an area. But you do see that there's some of the plated armor men that walk around with malice. They're, around the area of the entrance, but not guarding the entrance itself.
All right. Well, I walk in, and I wanna. I'm assuming there's pews. Is there like a
No,
no?
no, it's not that kind of church. It's basically you walk into what is essentially the only two-story building left in this part of the capital. That's well together. And when you walk in, as you said, Sarah's expecting like pews and she's expecting really heavy religious things, but really it looks kind of like a tavern, not much different than the Gold Dragon Inn. You have a bar, you have tables, there's stairs going up to what is essentially there's like a balcony that's kind of like halfway over the tables and bar, and then there's two double doors in the middle of the upper balcony that lead deeper in. And everybody there is gathered. You can tell by the smell, it's not actually a tavern. They're not drinking beer. There's no rotten smell. There's no yeast smell. But they're sitting around talking, discussing. You can hear snippets of conversation of them discussing how Malice and the new god that they worship has really made great changes, and how they believe that the teachings that Malice is preaching will be great for the city and help them really benefit and grow. And it all looks very casual, and there's really no ominous feeling of religious being shoved down anybody's throat. It all looks like a bunch of people just talking and gathering.
Do I see an empty table?
No, actually, it is pretty full. It's the weekend. People aren't doing their work, so they're all gathered to talk of the teachings. There's a couple empty bar stools. There's no bartender behind the bar, but you can see like a couple bar stools that are empty, and um, yeah, that's about it.
I want to casually walk up to and take a seat at one of the bar stools. Um, and kind of like look around like I'm looking for someone to order a drink from.
As you sit, um, and as you're starting to look around, you actually get greeted by the person next to you. And he goes, "Welcome, welcome. This isn't one of the big armored toughs. This is just a regular guy." And he goes, "Oh, are you new to the parish?"
Uh, First time walking in here. Yeah.
He goes, "Ah, yes. We have many new members. I myself have only been a member for approximately a month and a half. I joined shortly after Malice set up the parish. Him and his acolytes helped rebuild my family's home and have even given me a job, allowing me to work again and support my family again. So I grew very fond of them very quickly, and I joined. What brings you here? Why are you interested in the parish?
Oh, I came in. I was kind of just looking to kick my feet back and have some nice lighthearted conversation. Maybe wet my whistle a little bit. I've kind of worked up a thirst today.
He looks at you when you say "wet your whistle," and he goes, "Oh, this is yes, yes. I see where the confusion is. This used to be a tavern, one of many in Golden Hill. We were quite famous for our taverns. We were quite famous for a lot of things, from what I hear from my grandfather's tales. But there is no actual alcohol served here. We don't drink. Malice preaches that drinking leads to bad decisions, which lead to violence and crimes, and it ultimately leads to being a bad person. Everybody around here is just drinking either water or a simple lemonade.
Um, I go, well, to be honest, I've had some great stories come out of night of drinking, and I give a little chuckle, and I'm like, yeah, I wasn't. It is 10 a like in the morning. I was kind of just looking for water, but who do I order it from?
Yes, well, we don't really have a bartender since we don't drink. And well, sorry, I'll redo that. He giggles and he laughs and he goes, "Yes. Before I joined, I too drank quite frequently and had many a good night. But I also see where malice and the teachings come from, and I have had many a night where alcohol has made my already bad life worse and almost cost me my wife and child. So I was not happy to give up my boozing, but I do see why he has preached this. As far as getting a drink, just go back behind the bar, get a glass, and fill it up. We don't charge. Water is free, and lemonade is very simple to make. You just mix a little bit of sugar in with your lemon water.
I appreciate it. Watch my seat. That's honestly what I came here for was a nice glass of water. And I get up and I go back and grab a water. Does
Okay.
anyone stop me while I do this? Because
No.
I'm like, this feels weird personally.
You do notice that even though everybody's continuing their conversations, there are a few of the patrons actually seem to recognize you, and you start to hear hushed whispers about how one of the saviors has joined and is going to join Malice's church, and they'll have two saviors leading them instead of one, and you start to hear this kind of growing murmur as you spend more time there. The guy you're talking with doesn't seem to recognize you, but a few people have, and it's starting to spread around the area.
So part of while I'm in here, I want to use part of my keen hearing to pick up on any distinct conversations about things I'm interested in. Like, not saying that anyone would talk about stealing an urchin around here,
No,
but
I
like
was just wondering if you're like looking specifically for like bad things or any sort of rumor.
kind of like rumors. Like while I'm having a conversation with this guy, like one ear's listening to him, the other one's kind of like surveying the room to see what's going on.
Gotcha, gotcha. Like I said before, at this point, all you're hearing is like this building murmur. The people seem to think that you have come to join the parish and to lead them beside Malice. You don't really hear much else than that and some random conversation at this time.
All right, I want to grab my water and go sit back down next to the guy if the seat's still open.
Yeah, it is.
And I want to go down. I'm like, so, what? You told me why you decided to help Malice. What do you think of? Does he have any like sermons or spiritual time or like how does? Because I understand that it's he speaks of his god gods a lot. Like, what has does he pass on their word, or how does he pass on their word?
The guy smiles and he goes, "Well, we're not a typical sort of parish. I mean, we don't. He doesn't preach heavy. You see the balcony. That's why he picked this building to set up because he'll stand there on the balcony and." When he's inspired to speak the words of wisdom given to him by his God, He'll often just come out of his office and his acolytes will surround him in a nice little semicircle and he'll tell us what his God has said to him lately. Other than that, there's no real set sermons. There's a set of rules. We cannot commit violence except for in the care of others or against monsters. We cannot commit thievery. We cannot commit adultery. And we cannot drink. All of these things lead to more evil and more bad. We are also not required, but heavily suggested to report anything we deem as wicked or evil to one of the acolytes. This is not from malice, but more from his acolytes stating that they wish to purge the wicked and evil from the city and bring Malice's righteous word to Golden Hill.
I I I I hear all this and I'm like, yeah, it kind of sounds a little culty, not gonna lie, and I kind of chuckle when I say that. Um, can I do a listening check? I guess perception check, but listening.
Go for it. I'll say with advantage because you do have keen hearing. So make two rolls, take the highest.
12 and a
Okay,
13, so 13.
gotcha. Um, so as you say this, he also kind of chuckles and he goes, "Yeah, I can get where you say that, but with all the violence we have to suffer from the outside world, why propagate it more in our own homes? Malice hasn't forced anything on us, and even us being here is by choice. We choose to follow his rules." Um, and he kind of goes on and on about how he believes that even though the rules are strict, that Malice is a kind and caring person, and his God only wants what is best for Golden Hill, and that even he is starting to switch his faith and truly put his faith into Malice's God, not just Malice. Um, while he's saying that, though, you do hear more conversation. You hear your name come up even more than you did last time. You can also kind of out of your peripheral vision, you see some tables are actually starting to focus mainly on you. Like they're just blankly staring at you while they talk. Um, some people on the bar have also kind of like scooched their stools closer to listen in on your conversation and the other guys. You do hear like out of one ear, you can't really tell where, that you hear a little bit of disdain towards you and Drusilla, and how Malice stayed and protected the city while you two went to adventure, and that Malice is the true savior, and you two should just get lost and let him save this city from itself.
Yeah. Um, pretty much. So the last thing, I kind of like asked the guy. I'm like, so the way you talked about his, what do you call it, acolytes?
Mhm.
Do any of them seem like, how do I say this? Like they're willing to bend the small rules to save the larger rules?
When you ask this question, he not subtly, very, very abruptly turns around and kind of like just ignores you. He starts up a conversation with somebody else, even to go that far to not be a part of your conversation anymore.
I go, and I finish my drink. I try to go upstairs.
You're allowed. Nobody stops you.
Okay. Uh, I I want to like walk to the balcony to the two doors, do they like open up and people like, hey, what are you doing here, or do I
No,
have
they're
to knock?
just yeah. You can knock. Nobody opens the doors. It's not like they have some secret spy service.
You
It's
never know.
completely. It's just an empty patio or empty balcony on the in the tavern. You're welcome to knock or just enter on your own if you wish.
I'll just slowly start entering and be like a hello.
When you kind of like creak the door open a little bit, you hear immediately like the scuffing of chairs. Kind of like somebody standing abruptly. You can hear the chairs being pushed back. You also hear, not really hear, but kind of hear a muffled voice. You don't know who it was, but after the voice speaks, you hear like the rattling of armor as if the people who stood are now sitting. Um, and then more clearly, you hear Malice's voice saying, "Enter."
I walk in completely. I'm like, hello there, Malice. I was hoping to find you here.
As you enter, you see what is a round table. There's a round table. Malice is sitting at the head of the table, and then you have, a bunch of the armor plated guys. It's not full, obviously, since you've seen some of them out patrolling, and you've seen some of them, kind of guarding the parish. But there's, a few of them. A few of his armored acolytes are there, and they're all just kind of sitting, drinking water. It looks like two of them are playing cards. You can see, even though they've all kind of gone back to what they were doing, they are still nervous. None of their chairs are really pulled into the table. That you can tell that they're ready to stand at any moment. Malice, on the other hand, looks completely comfortable. He's sitting, reading a book, and he doesn't even have his weapon on him. He's just sitting there, and when you announce yourself, he goes, "Oh, Sarah, how nice of you to join us. How have you been?"
I've been pretty well myself. Just checking out the town, seeing how it's progressing. I like to keep tabs on things. Just hoping everyone is constantly moving forward. Um, gotta get this town on its own feet. You know,
He nods with you, not just sagely as you speak, and then sorry, he agrees. He goes, "Yes, yes, we've been doing great things. You and Drusilla have been a great help this month. I've heard that the blisters are almost complete, and we may even have a specialty unit of long range archers soon. Granted, my northern wall won't need any of those. My men are strong enough to hold back any army," he says with a smile as he looks to some of the armored guards who stand around him. And when he says that, you kind of hear them all. You hear the sound of. Trying to think of how to describe this. I'm sorry. Um, it's kind of like thunder. You hear almost like a thunderous boom as each one of them simultaneously slaps their gauntleted hands against their plate chest.
yes, a nice sturdy formation at your gate. But yes, the artillery or the ballistas will be there if you so choose. We got them set up at every. Well, they have I think this last week of building, and then the following week will be purely practice by the select few who get chosen to operate them. Like I said, it's all a per need basis type of thing.
He
Um,
nods and he goes, "Yes, yes, we appreciate it. Though I doubt we'll need it, but still, it's kind of you to inform us of this."
I go Malice. It's me. You don't have to toot your own horn every just because you're in front of your own guys. It's fine. I know you guys are strong.
He
I
laughs
figured that
and
you and I are past that point.
he chuckles and he goes, "Ha, You know me well, Sarah, but it is not my horn I am tooting. I merely mean to spread these kind words on my men. They work hard for me, and they need to understand that I have faith in them.
I believe they know that well enough, judging from what I can hear.
He kind of raises an eyebrow and he goes, "What have you heard?"
The bird always, whistles in the morning. Just that you have a quite a following and they're very supportive of you and they've worked really hard. Pretty much what you said. Granted, there are a few outliers who how do I say this delicately? Feel like Drucilla and I should get lost. I mean, I take no offense to it because Drusilla should get lost. I'm fully supportive of that, as we all are. I mean, she's gonna get herself killed one of these days. I just stick around because I want to see that.
He chuckles and he goes, "I wish Drusilla would give up this whole evil overlord business. She has a kind heart, and she does great things for people, even though she'll never admit it. But here nor there, she, like you said, she will eventually be killing herself or forcing somebody to kill her if she continues the actions that she has set upon herself. But I digress. I wish not to speak of this matter. I do care deeply for Drusilla. We have been through a lot together, and like I said, I do know she has a good heart, and I hope she embraces it.
Yeah, you and I both do. I go. You mind if we speak in private for a couple minutes?
Oh, he goes, "Not at all, not at all. Of course, from my old friend." And he kind of like waves his hand. One of the you can see one guard. He's got like can't remember what the symbol of the freaking church was. So I'm gonna make one up. He's got like a burnt thunderbolt, a thunderbolt burnt into his armor piece. He looks at Malice and raises an eyebrow, kind of like "Are you sure?" But Malice again waves his hand, and they all get up and exit the room and close the door behind him. And he goes, "Okay, speak freely, Sarah. What is bothering you?"
All right. Meta wise, does Malice know? She knows I have a tiger, right? He
And yes,
knows.
yes, you guys have battled. He's seen your tiger.
Okay. So first of all, I asked Malice, you mind if I let my tiger walk around a little bit? I don't, try not to necessarily scare the civilians here, but like to keep him like under the radar, just because you never know.
Mhm. He goes, "No, of course. Your tiger is very well trained. I doubt he will damage anything in my office. Let him out."
Okay. Um. So I summon my tiger, give it some pets, and I go to Malice. I'm like, um, all right. I go. So I've heard you've helped out quite a lot of people. And I'm like, have you by chance heard anything about the disappearance of these urchins?
Full meta, he was there for the first half of
I know.
Sybil telling you about the disappearance. She only told you about her belief that they're in the parish after he left, because she does not believe that he was involved. She believes it was one of his men who took the kids.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't asking him if they're there. I was just asking because she asked him if he knew anything, and he said no. And I was wondering if there was like an update to that.
Oh, the way you worded it made me think that you were asking him if he heard about it at all.
Oh no, no. I,
But
I was trying to say if he heard it, if he had any update on if he knew like their whereabouts, like kind of giving him an out to a sense.
hmm
Why
uh,
while doing this, I want to use my empathetic link with my tiger try to like communicate to it to sniff out the room.
Okay. Actually, he looks at you and he goes, "Yes, yes. When Sybil informed us of this on Friday, I immediately came back and questioned my men. I'm no fool, Sarah. I understand that some people take to religion and the things I preach with much zealotry. This is not what I want, but it cannot be avoided. It will always happen in the pursuit of righteousness. Um, I have questioned my men, and I believe I have a few suspects. And as much as I would love your assistance in this matter, and I know Sybil has asked you to assist, I would ask you to allow me to handle this within my ranks. I don't want this getting out. If I find them to have done this evil deed, they will be punished, but I do not want it to ruin the image of my church or my God.
I say I am fully supportive of that. I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes or try to second guess your authority here. I'm I'm just personally just trying to get some information. Um, I don't look too much into Sybil and what she does or what the urchins do. I was just wondering if there was a lead at all that anyone is following, because I would like to know that people who are, for lack of a better word, threatening young children uh should be handled. So if just I mean, if you have a, I guess I'm saying like, yeah, if he has a lead that he's looking into and wants to handle it within himself, that's perfectly fine with me. I was just curious on if there was, if he actually got to that point.
He smiles and he goes, "I'm glad to see that you still trust me, Sarah. It actually means quite a bit to me. I know, again, I am no fool. I know the big three, especially Bylorn, are threatened by my appearance and the growth of my congregation. I do not mean to step on their toes, and I know some of the changes I preach would be against some of the things they believe in. I believe that my God's words, though, will ultimately be the best thing for this town. And when that bridge comes, we will cross it. But having knowledge that you still have faith in me as a person has brightened my day. And I'm glad that you allow me to handle this from within. And I will be 100% blunt with you. Like I said, I do have my suspicion, and I feel like I am close to finding where the kids have been taken. And I believe within a small margin of error that I have already found the person who took them. I just need him to unwittingly lead me to where the kids are, and then I will take care of it personally. And when he says that, even though I didn't do a very good job of it, you kind of hear at the end when he says he'll take care of it, you hear a very kind of dark edge to Malice's voice.
Yeah, that's kind of
Like,
where I thought you were going with that.
yeah, like you can clearly tell that he does not mean in any sort of nice way. He is gonna straight up fucking murk this guy.
Yep. Which actually helped lead me into my, I guess, the last question to of this conversation, or the second part of this conversation. Um, Also, do you want me to roll like perception check? I'm so primarily like I'm trying to see if my tiger can get like a whiff of one of the urchins off of one of the people in the room.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't smell anything because one, the people aren't in the room anymore, and two, the tiger only smells like armor oil and man sweat. Like the smell of that room is not pretty, considering
That's
there's
fair.
very often multiple men in full plate armor sitting in that room.
Yeah, I didn't know if he would like sniff at like a certain person or whatever, and I could like be like, oh, because like the tiger could be like, hey, something smells like it over here, and I could be like, oh, it's that one type of thing. Um,
No,
so then I want to follow up with Malice. I'm like, so how's that internal tug of war going for you?
he sighs and he goes, honestly, I think I'm getting it. It's still hard. I still have my days where I need to calmly meditate and quiet the dark urges of. Fuck, I forgot his name too. I know his name though. Well, either way, I need to quiet the voice of my demon ancestor and keep him from having me commit misdeeds. But my God is showing me a good path, a true path. I will save this city. That is what my God wished. That is what the dream he showed me told me. I should save this city and make it grow into something great and prosperous, and I will do so. And I believe in that act, I will truly redeem my soul and make up for the misdeeds I have created in my demon ancestor's name.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm happy to hear that they haven't merged or morphed into just one at this point, but there's still two individual deities.
What is a hydrate?
So it's them telling me to take a drink of water.
So they're paying shit to make you drink water?
It's not real money.
Well, I know for
The
the
channel
weird point.
points,
Yeah.
yeah. So they get channel points by watching, and then they spend channel points to have me do stuff. And one of those things is hydrate, which is take a drink of water.
And
Oh,
steal the seafood. Who wants you to steal seafood?
No, that's back when you said the fish market.
Oh, sorry, I just checked it.
Way to pay
I know
attention.
it's a long time ago. I thought they misheard when we were talking about the urchin.
Nice.
Um,
My bad. Totally my bad. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. So I tell them the glad that they haven't morphed into just one deity at this point.
And he goes, I don't think that's possible. My God would never mislead me, and his voice rings strong in my mind, stronger than it's been in a long time. That's how I know I'm doing well on his path. I hear his voice clearer than ever.
Well, glad to hear it, Malice. And I start to get up, and I'm like, oh wait, I just want to let you know, uh, just because of you're doing what you're doing, um, the raids are only the first battle. There is a second boss, if you want to say, a second challenge to fight after the raids are done, if they ever get done.
He goes, I know. I know. My challenge is not just to keep the citizens safe from the monster range. My challenge is to keep the citizens safe from themselves. The violence in this city is was astronomical. Not only did you see people fighting monsters on a monthly basis, but you saw people fighting each other and stealing from each other. It was so wrong. It was so you saw what happened when I was
I
in the
want to
arena.
interrupt him.
Okay,
I want to be
sorry.
like, that's not what I'm talking about. The the mysterious Golden Hill. Yeah, the person who's currently in charge up there. Uh it let's just say if this city starts to become too prosperous, they will come collecting taxes, if you know what I mean.
Let them come. No man is stronger than the power of my God. They wish to collect from my. If they do not have proper agreements in tax history, and if they do not provide proper support from their precious capital area, then my parish will pay them
Malice, you're
no
taking
money.
me too literal. What I'm trying to say is if they feel you're becoming too, not necessarily powerful, but if your parish is becoming strong enough, they will come down to take out the leader.
He goes, I'm afraid of that even less than I'm afraid of them coming to take our money. Let them try. My God will protect me. He's
Uh,
brought me through much, and he will bring me through more.
as a friend, I thought I would warn you.
When you say that, he kind of sighs, and he goes, I have grown to toot my own horn, as you have said, and I apologize. Thank you for your warning.
You're welcome. Just wanted to, share some of the knowledge I gained while investigating. So, yeah, that's the one thing I took out of there was it. Granted that we can survive these raids, the if the city starts to grow too fast, they're looking for they're gonna target the leaders. So on that note, I got stuff to do. It is a weekend, but I like to stay busy. So I'm gonna head on out, Malice, and I hope you have a good one. And if I don't see you before then, good luck at the North Gate.
He nods and he goes, we have time yet. I'm sure I will see you. And again, I will keep you informed on the orphans once I finish my internal investigation. I appreciate you leaving this to me. It means much to me.
Well, you're welcome. Uh, and I desummon my tiger, and then I head on out the door.
Okay.
Um, I'll swing by the inn and tell Drucilla about what happened.
Okay, so at this point, you spent, I'm gonna say more than half the day, 6, 7 hours, because you walked around, you explored in the particular area, trying to find any tracks you could, as well as both conversations in Malice's parish. So I'm gonna say like 6, 7 hours have passed. So for Drusilla,
On that note, I actually want to swing by Sybil first then.
okay, you can swing by Sybil first. Then either way, I'm gonna go with this. Drusilla, you decide you spent last weekend making soul stones, so this weekend you're gonna try to fill the soul stones.
Yep, some common.
But you don't want to go back in the sewers.
I don't.
Probably spent all night last night in the sewers, so you're kind of like wandering around the shadier parts of town, kicking over trash cans and looking for rats. So roll 60-20 for me. Oh, the nat 20 is really nice. So you got a 9, 2 threes, 2 sevens, and a nat 20. So
One. Oh,
you get kind of lucky. Your first trash can you kick over back behind the inn. It's got a good 2 rats in it. You slaughter them quickly using your soul trap spell and trapping them in 2 of your common soul gems. But then you realize you just kicked over a trash can behind the inn you're staying at, and that's kind of a dick move. So you spend like the next 3 hours of your day cleaning up the trash you just kicked on the floor because you
I
feel
made a
like an asshole.
mess.
Yeah. And then you get back to wondering after you cleaned up the trash, and you, instead of kicking them over, you start actually kind of like just shaking them a little bit, seeing if you hear anything. And for a while you don't get anything, but then you hit the jackpot. You see this old box, and it's got some kind of like rotting food. And as you're turning the corner, you see like 6 rats around the rotting food. You manage to kill 4 of them and soul trap them, but you don't get the other ones. They scatter. Um, so you got a total of 6 rats. So you now have 6 filled common soul gems.
Nice. Ah, that's exactly what I need. I'm gonna go try and create some runes now.
Well, as you're heading back to the inn, we're gonna switch back to Sarah. She's gonna go talk to Sybil, and from there we'll see if she comes to talk to you or if you have more free time.
Since we are automating that, do I get any skill points towards anything?
Your soul trap spell.
Okay.
For each one you trapped, you get a point.
Oh, that's 6. Okay.
Okay, and then back to Sarah. So you're gonna go back to Sybil's. You knock. Sybil opens. She looks clean, proper. Her hair is combed. She's in her armor. Everything looks nice and polished and polished. And she goes, "So, why were you at my house 4 hours after you left my sewers this morning?"
Oh, you know me. Early bird gets the worm. Um, yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to show up that early. I forgot what time it was.
And she goes, "Oh, well, here nor there. What do you need? What did you need?"
I have I'm curious about a couple things that you, if I'm not mistaken, are a person who gains quite a bit of knowledge.
And what would that be?
Uh do we walk in or am I still staying at the doorway?
Well, yeah, you walk in. She's
Okay.
polite.
Um so I'm like, I'm wondering if you know anything about what's going up in Golden Hill.
She goes, "Besides absolute corruption and a crazy king."
Oh, perfect. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Um
Which part? The absolute corruption or the crazy king?
well, I was like, hey, you heard about it. Let's investigate. Yeah, the king is suffering. Yeah, I can understand his pain. I'm wondering about the corruption guy, the lead guy.
She kind of shrugs. She goes, "Well, he's some 2-bit noble son, and the son of the son of the son of the son of the first High Chancellor underneath the king. Before the king went crazy, from what I hear, that position was sorry, mostly paperwork and number crunching, while the king handled everything else. But since the king decided to drink himself stupid, that position has become more powerful. From what I heard, told to me by Bylord, the current High Chancellor's father was actually a pretty decent guy, and had the Golden Knights on the wall every raid for a decade or two until he passed of old age, and then his son took over. And once his son took over, the current High Chancellor, all the Golden Knights were called to the inner perimeter and only guard the nobles now.
Yeah, he does seem like a coward. That's for
Uh,
sure.
she looks at you quizzically. You met him?
Um, I maybe took a stroll up there.
And you came out of there with your head attached?
I kind of like feel my head and my body. I'm like, looks like it.
So who'd you sell out?
Maybe I've sold out myself.
Okay. Well, as long as you didn't sell me out.
Oh no. I maybe planted little seeds about Malice's parish. Maybe, I don't know. I forget. I actually went to go visit the king, but then ended up, you know, accidentally in having to go visit the high chancellor, and yeah, it just So yeah, I end up maybe selling myself to get out of there alive,
Well,
which then I might need your help.
she goes, well, I'll do what I can, but my hands are full taking care of the orphans and my own private jobs, she says, kind of obscurely. But yeah, if you sold yourself to the chancellor and you break his contracts, he's not known for his mercy. He will most likely attempt to kill you several times.
Well, there's the loophole I was trying to exploit, if you so wish to say. He said I couldn't help the city out during a raid. And I'm not one to just sit idly by while everyone else fights. So his definition of help wasn't specified too clearly. But I was thinking, if you and I, let's say, had a contract in where you're technically hiring me to on your side to fight off some random enemies that so happen to be part of a raid, I wouldn't necessarily be helping you as I would be working for you.
Um, she rubs her chin for a bit and she goes, I can see where you're coming from, but here's your problem. As technically, you would be in the right based on your contract. He's not really the type to wiggle, I'll say. And I'm sure you could argue the fact that you were right, but that would make you have to enter the nobles area again, as well as try to convince that pompous asshole that you have made no mistake nor error. But I don't personally see him believing you unless you're very, very good at convincing people of things,
Well,
and also can enter without being killed.
yeah, the cards are against me on this one. I'm just trying to give myself any helping hand I can get. So I was coming to you hoping that whether it's you or you by who's the third one? Farlight?
Yeah, Farlight.
Or if like you, Byron or Farlight signed a piece of paper with me saying that you hired me for I don't know, a free night at the inn. I don't care what you call it. It could be like a free lunch. If I survive the next raid, it would help give me a fighting chance.
She shrugs and goes, "Yeah, I can't see it hurting. I don't. You again would have the technicality of it correct, so I'm not opposed. I'm sure the other two would be willing to help as well. Um, After that, it'll be up to you to figure out how to make it into the nobles territory to, I guess, convince him that you were not in the wrong."
Well, yeah, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. That's even if he decides to follow the raids that well, kind of just shut in at this point.
Well, I'm sure since you just signed a contract with him, he'll have eyes on you for at least a little while to make sure you uphold your end of the contract. Um, he can't just send assassins to kill you without you breaking the contract. Otherwise, the other nobles would have room to take him from his power.
Yep. Um. Yeah, I have a feeling he'll be looking at me more closely till then. But I mean, I got what I wanted out of my visit. Just had to make a sacrifice to get out there alive. Also, Drucilla doesn't know I went up there yet. So keep this on the hush hush.
She goes, "Ooh, I love playing games with Drusilla."
Perfect. That's why I came to you. Um and then I'll go back to the inn.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, how do all of our short sessions turn into fucking 2-hour sessions? Anyway, I'm gonna say that you two actually kind of both come to the inn around the same time. Drusilla just coming back from her big nest of rats, all excited to start playing with her soul stones, and Sarah, you're more I can't think of the word. Where you're thinking,
Contemplative?
yeah, contemplative as you come to the inn.
I go have a seat and have some food, have some dinner.
Sarah, look at all of these. I show like a little kid. I flash my soul stones.
It looks like you were busy today.
Oh, I certainly was. And it's not over yet. The work has just begun.
Oh yeah?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to turn these into power. Right now, their potential has not yet been tapped, but there's so much there.
Well, I good luck with that one. Um
Oh, well, thank you, but curious, what did you do today? Did you find out anything important about that parish that we talked about? We did discuss you going there today, right?
I think I said I was looking around the area.
That's what I thought. Did you find anything?
Oh, I was asking that meta wise. I go, well, yeah, I looked around the northern part of the town. Um, have some strong reason to believe that, yeah, some people part of Malice's parish actually took it. Ran around the city, and chat with some Sybil a little bit. She's a fun person.
Not the word I'd use. Frustrating, more like.
I mean, you're frustrating, so
Hey,
yeah.
well, never mind. Not important. Um, if you have a lead towards what's happening with those urchins, Malice's parish, the sooner we get on that, the better. I don't trust Malice to do anything about it. And if he cares enough, it might be too late.
eh, I mean, I don't have any leads on who specifically. If you want to, stake out the joint or the area to see if you can see anything happening, I mean, that would help. Um, but yeah, I don't have any leads on exactly who, just some like stronger leads that it's happening up there.
I might have to do that tomorrow. All I know is whatever happened to that orphan, he's running out of time, if he still has any left.
I thought it was a couple.
It's two. It's a boy and a girl.
Yeah, the two of them.
Yeah, probably. Um, I mean, we do have the work week this week, unless we can pull some night shifts.
Whole weekend, right? Like, we just got started.
No, this is the end of your weekend.
Oh, darn. Yeah, it might come down to a night shift. Although that's really the only time I would be able to snoop around anyways. Anyway,
But yeah, I'm tired for the day. I
yeah, me too.
think I'm gonna go play with some potions and then head to bed.
We're gonna play with some ruins and head to bed.
Yeah, I wish to finish eating and then go up to my room.
Yeah, I finished eating after. I am pretty tired.
Okay. Do you guys go up to your room? You're gonna spend a bit of your time working on your enchanting and a bit of time working on your potions. Sarah, I'm gonna say you have enough time to make 1 or 2 potions of your choice. Drucilla, you can attempt to make 1 enchantment, but you know that it is a very time-consuming process. So there's no guarantee whether you're gonna actually succeed in getting that before going to bed.
Enough time to go to bed if I stopped after one attempt.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna try and make one. Let me look at my recipes. 1 damage plus rune.
I try to
Well,
make two.
what are you putting it on? You have to put your runes on something. You can't just make runes.
My chest plate. My just my standard mail. Realize it's not enchanted with anything, and it's up for the up for use. So I might as well put something on it, right?
So putting it on armor, I believe, has a different effect.
Does it? I just knew I could put it on armor. I realized that I should.
No, look at your thing. Your electric rune can go on weapon slash armor. Your damage rune, I didn't put it, but it's weapon only. You can't really increase the damage armor does. Armor doesn't do damage.
Oh, the electric room can go on weapon slash armor.
Yeah, because you can put protection from electricity on your armor or damage with electricity on your weapon.
Uh, well, in that case, could I backpedal a little bit and try to practice discovering new rune recipes?
You can read your rune book, yes.
Yeah, that's what I want to do with my time.
You're not going to have enough time to actually get a recipe, but you can read and work on progress towards your next recipe.
I'll do
Um,
that.
so what potion are you going to make, Sarah?
I'm gonna try 2 stamina potions.
2 stamina potions? You have the ingredients for them?
Yep,
Oh, those are the new ones you had, the ones that do the turn. So roll d20s with your alchemy skill for me.
a 14 and an 8.
Okay. Well, the 8 will turn out. Oh, they're both turn out average. So just 1 stamina potion each. That one is harder to futz with than the other two due to its weird rule.
So plus
What?
0 then.
No, +1. Average.
That's. I didn't know if this one was below average or not.
No. I'll take average for the 8. I mean, it's not your greatest roll, but it's not horrible enough for it to be low either. For the stamina potion, and 5 and under will get you no turn
Oh, okay.
because of it's harder to putz with.
There we go.
Okay. Um, if that's it, then I think we are done for tonight.
You don't want to summarize the week
I'm
real
fine
quick?
with that. I don't know why my biorhythm must be off, but I was so drowsy all night.
I don't know. I wanted this to be a quick session. I only planned on doing just the last day of the weekend. I honestly do not know why none of my sessions can be quick.
It
You
just can't
you and
be.
I you just
No,
love
they
role
really
playing
can't.
so much that you just
Something
want to
always
keep it
pops
going.
up that makes it impossible for them to be quick.
I looked at the time, somebody was like in a conversation. And then I don't know, I nodded off. I looked at the time again. It was like still the same conversation. It was like 20 minutes later. I'm like, oh shit.
You just love role playing so much that you just want to keep talking to me.
I do like the roleplay aspect. I like the roleplay better than the combat.
Me too.
Um,
That's why I really just want to automate the rat things. I didn't want to get in a fight with a bunch of rats.
I was just say, did you want to like run
I
like speed through the week real quick? Just
no, not really.
do our rolls and call it the weekend
Be,
then.
no, I think we'll do it next week because I gotta do some planning and I gotta get the event for your week too. You remember there's always an event during the week.
Oh yeah,
With
yeah.
role playing through the week, it's like all the fighting and like busy work and like common shit that's like, oh, do I really need to fight like 100 rats every time I just want to get like a few common ingredients? Or Sarah need to fight like a bunch of goblins for all their ears all the time? Just like,
In all fairness, you guys have been in a city for the last month, so the monster type ingredients are gonna be harder for you to get. But when you're not in the city, it's gonna be too many monsters. Like you're not gonna have enough soul gems to hold all the monsters you kill versus what you got. You know what I mean?
all and good, but like while we're in the city, like why might as well like embrace what a city's about. We're surrounded by people. I'd rather not spend our time doing, occupying our sessions with all this fighting and
Yeah, no, and I agree. I just meant for like your profession wise, like, yeah, Sarah needs to get goblin ears and wolf ears, and yeah, you need to trap souls. But that stuff's meant for when you're out adventuring and fighting all the time. You're gonna have more ears and more souls than you know what to do with. You know what I mean?
And you
yeah.
save it for when we're in the city.
Mhm.
Um. All right. So we're still like a couple sessions out from the raid.
Yeah, well, we'll do the week really quick next week. The week never takes long. It'll be the weekend that will end up taking up either, well, it'll be part of next session and then possibly the session after. But then after that, we'll have 1 week, which those go by quick, and then it'll be the raid. So I'm thinking at least
3.
3 sessions, at most 4 sessions before we hit the next raid.
It sounds about right. Either have one day per session for as in weekend days, or have a weekend
Which
in one type of thing.
wh- which will all depend on what you guys do. If you guys decide to take the weekend solely for yourself, they go faster. Like that first weekend went really fast because Drucilla focused on her new profession and Sarah was I don't know what you were doing.
I'm pretty sure I just ran around and did alchemy a bunch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did your profession too.
And then the second week
You
I went to
you
Golden
talked to
Hill.
like yeah, you talked to some commoners and you talked to some city folk, but you mostly did like your profession.
yeah,
But
yeah, we'll see. Um,
all right, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight's session. This is Bork. I'm telling you, have a good one. Be safe. Enjoy yourself outside. What about you guys?
As your untrustworthy DM for this chunk of AED&D series, the Tales of Barntome, I appreciate anybody who listens. I know we have a fan in Germany, which is cool. He's listened to 18 of our episodes, which is awesome. Um, if you guys can go on YouTube, that's the easiest place to leave us any comments where we can get them, and anything you have about the way I DM or just my story in general that you want to comment on, leave them on YouTube and I'll make sure to check it every week and I will make sure to take your advice into consideration as
Or
I go through.
or stop by Twitch. We stream pretty much every Friday, unless something comes up, and then it's a Thursday at 7 p.m. CST.
That is true as well. Uh, Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoy my campaign. I'm enjoying this version of it, and even though there's some stuff I'm still working on in my head, I think it's really turning out well. I hope you guys agree.
yeah, it's turning out well. There's always going to be hiccups and bumps in the road. Comes with the territory.
That's it for me.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. See ya next Thursday.
Yep. See ya.
Thursday.
Yep, I have something going on Friday. My bad. Forgot to tell
Oh,
you. See you next Thursday.
okay. Sounds good.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.